Are you upset at all with the people in Colorado because of the bad experience you had when you were there for the 1 year?
No, not really. Obviously, it didn't work out just the way I wanted, but no hard feelings. You know, it's just a learning process, and you know, it's over, and I'm very happy here.
What about the emotion of your team right now going into a Game 3? You know what it's like in Colorado. Is your team going to be up to the task?
Yeah, I think we just we played really good this first 2 games at home. Now it's going to be a new series to go in Colorado. We know that the work is going to be tougher, and winning is going to be tougher. But this team is ready. You know, we have played very solid 2 games, and hopefully it's going to be a good confidence boost for us to go there.
Tell me about Andy McDonald. I think he's the best player in the National Hockey League that nobody knows about. You're his winger. What's he like to play with?
And he's, you know what a year for him. You know, he has all the tools. He's a great skater. He can shoot, he can pass. You know, he's full package, and it's great to see him having this kind of success. And it has been nice to be a part of it too.
Congratulations, Timo, on game number 2. We'll see you for game number 3. Doc, back to you.
Thanks, Pierre.
8 goals scored by Anaheim. That one of the household names, Solani and Paulson and Kunitz. Lupul with 2, and Moen and Soleil and Getzlaf. 8 goals by Anaheim. None by the Avs as we go back to the studio and Bill Clement.
Welcome to the ADT Security NBC Sports Update. Here's your host, Bill Clement.
Doc, JD, Pierre, thank you very much. The Mighty Ducks of Anaheim looking mighty again today, knocking off Colorado in Game 2 of their series 3-0. Ilya Bryzgalov now, he has played in playoff competition 3 hours, 49 minutes, 42 seconds without allowing a goal against.
It's a good day's work, right?
That's pretty good. Man, it's only a half day's work in real time. It's an unbelievable number right there. And he had 3 goals to work with today, and we'll show you the highlights and the goal scoring that Anaheim put up on the board for Ilya Bryzgalov to work with.
Well, on the power play, good board work. The puck goes out to Scott Niedermayer, and Ryan Getzlaf with a high tip with traffic with Rob Niedermayer in front of the net. But Getzlaf has his stick on the ice. Theodore has no chance again. Traffic to the net. Puck will move back to the point. Ruslan Saleh throws it. Again, Dustin Penner in front of Jose Theodore. 2-0, Mighty Ducks.
Well, Theodore can't be faulted on any of the goals today. But again, more traffic to the front of the net, Eddie. But effort on a one-on-one battle. Joffrey Lupul beats Patrice Brisebois to the front of the net. It's 3-0 after 2. Colorado had but 10 shots on goal through 2 periods.
Well, I was the guy that said that Anaheim wouldn't sneak up on Colorado today because they looked bigger, stronger, younger, faster in Game 1. I said they won't be able to sneak up on Colorado again. I'm not necessarily sure that they did sneak up on them, but they still looked bigger, stronger, younger, faster to me.
Yeah, I think if you really go back, and I know early in this game, as far as in my opinion, is that the Avalanche weren't getting the shots that they wanted, but they were playing in the Mighty Ducks zone a lot more than they did in Game 1. But I think what the Ducks have done is that they're a little quicker, and they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. And right now, Colorado's a shaken team, especially in offensive zone. I mean, when you look to Sakic and look to Hayduk, after that, it gets pretty darn thin, Ray.
Yeah, it really does. And, Eddie, it's not so much that Colorado had a poor effort today. I thought their effort was much better than it was in Game 1. And while it may look hopeless going home, they're still down just 2. They have to hold serve in Game 3. Colorado needs a similar type effort at home in Game 3, but they need far better cohesiveness. When they pass the puck, they need puck support, because if you play individually against a team that is playing their system as well as Anaheim is, as big and as quick as Anaheim is, it's a losing proposition.
As well as Anaheim is playing, do they also need some help from Anaheim? I mean, Anaheim has looked like a superior team in both of these games, so regardless of what Colorado does, I mean, it would help them a little bit if Anaheim shoots themselves in the feet a couple of times, but that doesn't look like it's close to happening.
Not right now.
Yeah, how about a mistake somewhere? I mean, Anaheim's been unbelievable. They haven't made any mistakes at all in the first 2 games. You go back to that Game 7 in Calgary where they advanced to the second round. That's 3 games in a row that they throw an egg on the board. And Billy, you mentioned the shutout streak that Bryzgalov has. I mean, he's been very, very good, but man, a lot of the play is in the other end of the ice.
Let's talk about the goaltending at the other end, Jose Theodore. I mean, obviously, when you're not putting up any offense for him, you can't pin it on him, but how about an evaluation of his performance today?
I thought it was good, and as Ray talks about, the goaltending becomes much more magnified in the playoffs. That's a given. But also what ends up happening when you're having a tough time scoring goals and you've played the first 2 games of the playoff series and you haven't scored any goals, it puts even more pressure on the goaltender because every mistake is magnified. And we saw in that last goal, as Ray mentioned, when Brisebois got beat off the boards. Those type of things can't happen. I didn't think Theodore was a problem at all this afternoon.
You know, Eddie, and if you look at the way Colorado got themselves through that first-round series against Dallas, I thought Theodore was a little shakier at times in that first-round series than he was today. Today was as rock solid as I've seen Theodore play since he's come to the Avalanche. There was not much he was going to do on any of the 3 goals. And if you keep throwing an egg at the other end, it doesn't matter how he plays.
I'm wondering if Joel Quenneville and his troops shouldn't spend some time working on their power play, just to sort of working on ways to solve Anaheim's penalty killing, because Anaheim has killed every penalty in the first 2 games. They've now killed 23 straight going back to their series against the Calgary Flames.
Well, I think what will happen is, in knowing Joel Quenneville, is that it's going to be an old-fashioned meat and potatoes. And yes, Ray, it always has something to do with food.
Got to be food with you,
Get
Eddie.
the puck in net, get people to the front, just make the simple plays. You have guys like Sakic, you have Blake there. Just set it up, put it on a tee for Blake, and let him shoot the puck. And I think that's what they have to get back to. And they tried it, but you know what? Mighty Ducks did a good job of pushing down, putting pressure. I mean, those are signs of pressure when you're a penalty-killing team. Rebounds, dump-ins, pucks loose, all those types of things. That's what I think that the Colorado Avalanche have to try.
And Eddie, one more adjustment. Both Pierre and JD talked about exclusively in the game that they were playing a left wing lock, the Ducks being, which means they have 2 defensemen back in the middle of the ice, a forward back on their own defensive left wing. The Avs are going to have to attack that forward. Most of us played forward because we can't skate backwards, and we're not very comfortable doing it. So make the guy skate back that's not comfortable skating backwards, play defense.
So what's going to end up happening is that Colorado, if the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim do try to play that style, is almost change sides with the puck. Go from one side of the rink, which would be the left side of the Avalanche's side, and then put the puck over to the right side, is where the Mighty Ducks are really holding that left winger.
You got to get the puck there. The Detroit Red Wings proved that if you execute it properly, the left wing lock is darn hard to beat. And we want to look at the playoff picture overall in the NHL. These are the 4 series that remain. Colorado and Anaheim, you just saw them finish their game. Edmonton and San Jose, there's the intriguing one because we don't know much about it just yet. Buffalo, Ottawa, New Jersey, Carolina have already completed game 1 of their series. But Edmonton and San Jose go at it tonight. We get to see the mighty Davids who slayed the Goliaths, the Edmonton Oilers. And this is what they did to the Detroit Red Wings in their game 6.
Well, when you talk about an improbable story, who would think you would score 4 goals on the Detroit Red Wings in one period? The last 2 of them by Ales Hemsky, who had been absolutely invisible in the first 5 games of the series. This is a lucky break that bounces off of him, but here the talented Czech forward takes a beautiful feed from Sergei Samsonov and eliminates the Detroit Red Wings. The one thing that the Oilers have that other teams don't really know about them until they play them face-to-face is they have exquisite team speed. This is a very physical, very fast team, and they'll create problems for Marleau and Thornton in this series.
So the Ales Hemsky sighting came at a pretty good time for the Edmonton Oilers. Well, what about this matchup, Eddie? I mean, we know that San Jose was so dynamic down the stretch. They were dynamic in their first round against the Nashville Predators, knocking them off in 5 games. What does San Jose bring to the table?
Well, they bring size. They bring very good goaltending with Vesa Toskala. And, of course, they made the big trade with the Boston Bruins, as the Edmonton Oilers did, bringing Sergei Samsonov to Edmonton, and, of course, Joe Thornton there. You look at the strength. I look at from the goaltender out. If you're going to win in this league, you're going to win any championships, it has to be from the goaltender out. But I think with the size, the mobility, and the strength in the middle with Marleau, as Ray mentioned, and also Joe Thornton, I mean, this is going to be a long series. The interesting thing to me, as we mentioned after the second period, is that Edmonton kind of played a sat-back system in the Detroit series. I think they can go toe-to-toe, and you want to make sure you get your rest watching this because your eyes are going to be going back and forth.
You think they might change then against
I
San
think
Jose?
they'll go back to their strengths, as Ray mentioned.
Yeah, they're a team that can be comfortable playing a speed game, and we saw against Detroit that they're comfortable playing a game where they have to contain a little more. The one thing they have that San Jose does not have, big number 44, Chris Pronger, is going to have to be a house again.
And that's a big matchup. And I think the adaptability of the Edmonton Oilers was something that you can't teach. You'd be able to play 2 different type of systems in a series. They can certainly go back and forth, but it's Craig McTavish's call.
Yeah, Chris Pronger might have to split himself in half to match up against both Marleau
That's
and
22,
Joe
right?
Thornton. Yeah, you bet. And we want to remind everybody that the Stanley Cup playoffs presented by Sprint return next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern with the conference semifinals, Game 4 between the Devils and the Hurricanes. For Ray Ferraro and Eddie Olczyk, I'm Bill Clement. You've been watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on NBC, and more to come next weekend.
An amazing finish at Churchill Downs.
There's Barbaro in a sublime performance. He runs away away from them all, and he has saved something left for the Preakness. Barbaro wins by 7.
Now, undefeated Barbaro takes his next strides towards capturing the Triple Crown. The Preakness presented by Vonage, Saturday, May 20th, NBC.
Monday, Kelsey Grammer is the angel of death in an all-new medium. A life-changing moment. And a performance that will chill you to the bone.
Not exactly Dante's Inferno, but close enough.
All new medium, Monday on NBC.
I am man, hear me roar, and I'm headed out the door for a Texas double whopper. Man, that's good. Oh, yes, I'm a guy. I'll admit I've been fed quiche. Wave chick food, bye-bye. Now it's for Whopper beef I reach. I am hungry. I am hungry.
The Texas Double Whopper. Eat like a man, man.
A little higher. A bit more to the right. Good.
It's not just big, it's out of this world. The Chevy Giant 10 sale. May 10th through 13th at Invesco Field, you'll have access to more than 4,700 Chevy vehicles. And when you purchase any new Chevy car, we'll send you a complimentary Dell Dimension B110 desktop computer or a 20-inch LCD flat panel TV. The Chevy Giant 10 sale. Yeah, it's big. May 10th through 13th only at Invesco Field.
Meteorologist Kathy Sager, weeknights on 9 News.
Following is a paid advertisement for Direct Buy, America's #1 way to buy direct for your home. This is the program that retailers don't want you to see because of the information about to be disclosed. They don't want you to learn just how much money you've been giving away to retail markups on items you purchase for your home, all because you don't know how to buy like the insiders do. If you own a home, big or small, new or not so new, if you're building, remodeling, or simply redecorating a room, there's now a way to buy everything you need at prices you never imagined possible. No store markups, just top quality name brand products, all available at the price the manufacturers and their authorized distributors will sell a product for, not the marked up prices you find at the stores. Now you too can be on the inside track and stop giving your money away every time you buy something for your home. Here to tell you more about how to buy like the insiders do from a Direct Buy showroom is your host, Lisa Hart.
I don't know about you, but it seems like there's always something to buy for my home. And it doesn't matter if your house is new or old, if you're remodeling or rebuilding, or just buying a little something for around the house. Have you ever added up the cost for all the items you need for your home? It's thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Well, no need to worry anymore. We're going to show you how to get most everything you want and need for your home at prices even lower than sale prices.
We've been members for a little over 2 years, and we've saved, I think, well over $20,000.
We've saved probably almost in excess of $18,000.
This is going to sound crazy, but we saved almost $20,000. Saved. Not spent, saved $20,000.
Total of over $25,000 in the last 8 months.
These folders represent the last 7 or 8 months of my purchases at Direct Buy. This here represents about a $30,000 to $40,000 savings overall.
We have saved about $50,000.
I figure with this house and all that I've saved over between $100,000 and $150,000.
Direct Buy is part of a buying organization started over 30 years ago by people who were fed up with the high markups retailers charge on things like furniture, flooring, and other items for your home. They realized that as consumers, by paying retail, we are simply losing money that we can never get back. Today, there are more than 100 Direct Buy centers across North America, saving hundreds of thousands of members millions of dollars every year.
Hi, I'm Tony Galata. This is my wife, Carrie Galata. This is our house, my wife's dream house. And we furnish most everything in this house with products from Direct Buy. That fixture was over $1,600.
Over $1,600. We've got it for about $758 through Direct Buy.
This is the hearth room kitchen area. This couch, we saw at some other retailers. It was approximately $2,000. We picked it up at Direct Buy for around $900. The tile and the floor, we picked out at Direct Buy. The bar stools, we picked out at Direct Buy. Then we also purchased the breakfast table and chairs. We looked at that table some other places. How much was that table, Carrie?
They ran around $3,500, and we picked it up for around $1,500. So it was quite a big savings for us.
This particular house was a parade of homes house. It had probably close to over 2,000 people come through it. And one of the comments all the people made was, where did you get your furniture? Where did you get this? Where did you get that? So they were pleasantly surprised when we told them direct buy, and they were like, you're kidding. The same place we see on TV, so.
And they thought we spent about $100,000 just furnishing this house. And I was just like, oh, if you only knew how much we really spent. It wasn't even near that.
Compared to any other way of buying, Direct Buy stands alone. It makes you an industry insider. You'll enjoy access to thousands of products at a single location, all at direct prices. In most cases, you choose from the manufacturer's entire product lines in categories such as windows, flooring, lighting, plumbing fixtures, cabinets, appliances, and even furniture. You get the same exact items you'd find in a store with the same manufacturer's warranties. You just pay a whole lot less. Design, delivery, and installation services are all available at your local Direct Buy center. Since Direct Buy doesn't mark up the merchandise like retailers do, there's never any pressure to buy. You shop in a comfortable, friendly environment free from the sales pressure found in a typical store. It's more like a private club than a store. And while you're busy saving money, your kids will be busy playing in an area that's designed especially for them. From the price you pay to the way you shop, everything at Direct Buy is designed to make your experience easy and enjoyable. That's the Direct Buy difference.
At Direct Buy, you just feel like you're at home. You know, it's a very comfortable environment that makes shopping easy.
There's someone there to help you make sure your fabrics go together well, that that even the lighting in your house is going to reflect the true colors.
The staff that we've dealt with at Direct Buy has been exemplary.
The people there are knowledgeable.
But I feel like I'm going to a club because I know everybody there.
Our experiences have been just positive across the board. It's like walking into Cheers. You're like,
hey, how are you?
Why lose money paying retail if you no longer have to? Take a look at this old, outdated master bedroom. What would you say if I told you at Direct Buy you could transform this room into this new, completely redecorated master bedroom and keep over $2,000 in your pocket compared to what you would pay even on sale prices? Let's take a closer look. This 4-piece cherry bedroom set is the highlight of our new room. This bedroom set might have an MSRP that's higher, but the actual store selling price for these 4 items comes to $3,496. It's very good quality from a well-known manufacturer, and it seems to be a good deal for such a nice set. But let's take a closer look at that price. Did you know in the home furnishing area alone, stores enjoy a gross margin of 43.3% on average? Now remember, at Direct Buy, you pay the manufacturer's price for that set. That means at Direct Buy, the actual cost of your bedroom set that sells at the store for $3,496 is only $1,773.61. You're losing over $1,700 when you buy from the store. And that's just one purchase. Add in the mattress and box springs, window treatments, lighting, and your savings just keep adding up. Think about how much easier it is to get the master bedroom you always wanted. Now you can take that buying power and fill your whole home with top quality, name brand items, each and every one bought at confidential insider prices.
Box spring and mattress, unbelievable. It was going to cost me $2,200 for a king bed. For both of them, I ended up getting it for $800 for both of them.
The first estimate that we had was $20,000 to redo the kitchen. And the actual cost of what we had done to the kitchen through Direct Buy was under $10,000.
We saved about $6,000 to $7,000 on that flooring alone.
We were able to get probably about a $50 a square yard carpeting for somewhere around $24 a square yard.
The chairs retailed for about $220 each, and I think I paid $74 per chair. It's nice to be able to get what you want and save money at it.
No wonder this is the information the retailers don't want you to see. And you can't see it unless you're a retailer, a buyer, or you belong to Direct Buy. It's the smart way, it's the insider's way to turn your house into that dream home you've always wanted without giving your money away. That's the Direct Buy difference.
We've saved $7,000 within 7 months.
Just on our kitchen alone, we saved almost $10,000.
It adds up to about a $30,000 to $40,000 savings overall.
We've saved over $50,000.
Comes to about $127,000.
Run, don't walk to Direct Buy and sign up, because literally we spent $27,000 in upgrades just to our kitchen alone. And those same cabinets would have cost us about $8,000 through Direct Buy.
Retailers don't want you to see this information. Direct Buy members have access to confidential manufacturer's prices for the exact same items you'd find in a retail store. Imagine paying insider's prices for items like kitchen cabinets, countertops and appliances, flooring for your entire home, windows and window coverings, plumbing fixtures, and furniture, from bedrooms to dining rooms to home offices, plus much more. If you're building a new house, remodeling an old one, or just fixing up a room, you won't lose the thousands of dollars you would have by shopping in the stores. So call the number on your screen now to receive your free Insider's Guide to Buying Direct. Plus, you'll also receive a free visitor's pass for an exclusive tour of your local Direct Buy showroom. After more than 30 years, the Direct Buy organization has grown to over 100 locations across North America. Make one simple call and you're on your way to stop paying retail and start buying like an insider. As a Direct Buy member, you'll have access to products from over 700 major name brand manufacturers and their authorized distributors. And they all come with the same manufacturer's warranty you find in the stores. As part of our unique relationship with these well-known manufacturers, we can't tell you their names on TV. That's because they generate most of their sales through traditional stores, and they're not going to jeopardize that relationship. Join the exclusive insiders who are already in the know and buying direct for their families. You don't have to be on the outside any longer, giving your money away. Call 1-800-295-8347 right now to get started buying the Direct Buy way. Non-members are granted access to our private showrooms only during specific open house times. Call 1-800-295-8347 today to receive your free Insider's Guide to Buying Direct, along with a free visitor's pass to attend a tour of your local Direct Buy showroom. Direct Buy will grant access to visitors by appointment only. No dealers, please. Again, that number to call is 1-800-295-8347. Don't wait another minute. Pick up the phone and call now.
Buying retail seems innocent enough, especially if you happen to find something on sale. But did you ever stop to ask yourself how a big retailer can make any money selling something at 40 or even 50% off the manufacturer's suggested retail price? Even at half off, the fact is your local store is still making plenty of money. They have to just to stay in business. At Direct Buy, you'll see exactly how a store can afford to put things on sale. Now, the number many retailers use as a reference is the manufacturer's suggested retail price, or MSRP. That's the price the manufacturer suggests the retailer sell their product to you, the consumer. The store may establish their own price, however, they typically discount from there. But unless you knew what the manufacturer sold the item for, you'd have no way of knowing if the sale price is actually a good deal or not. With Direct Buy, you're no longer in the dark when it comes to knowing the cost of an item.
Prior to joining Direct Buy, we'd already priced out our whole entire house of cabinetry for this project, and it was going to come to a little over $60,000, I think about $62,000. But when we went back to Direct Buy and showed them the project plans, they came back with the price, and we have it as $38,000, and that was everything included. So, again, the savings is almost too good to be true.
Because we did purchase this through Direct Buy, we were able to upgrade and get the designer look.
We priced out $23,000 worth of appliances to finish off the kitchen, and we got these for under $15,000. We got the refrigerator, microwave, double oven. So we have the cooktop over here, so in the hood. And then a wine cooler, which we had to have the builder make a special space for, because once I realized how much money I could save on this item, I wanted to include it in the kitchen.
One of the finishing touches we purchased at Direct Buy were these 3 stools. I had priced stools that I'd wanted. They were about $300, $350. These were $100 at Direct Buy. I really like that.
Let's take a look at another room and see how Direct Buy can help you transform your home at a fraction of the retail price. Imagine going from this outdated living room to this high-end, completely redecorated model home-style living room and saving over $4,000 compared to buying the items at a store. Let's take a closer look. The area rug alone might have an MSRP that's higher, but the store is actually selling it for $1,199. Now, the Direct Buy price is just $549.75. You save $649.25 off the store price. And look at these window coverings. They start out with an MSRP of $1,972, but you can usually find them on sale. In this case, the store was running a 50% off sale, which knocked it down to $986. But compare that to the Direct Buy price of just $581.94. That's a savings of over $400 off that 50% sale price. We'll get to the other items in this living room in just a little bit, but in those two items alone, you're no longer throwing away over $1,000 that you would have if you bought them at a store. This is called the Direct Buy difference. But I've come to know it as smart shopping. It's the way I buy things for my home all the time.
We saved on our windows, it was almost $17,000. And I mean, that was our first purchase.
We had this consultant from the other window company, and we were going to buy 6 windows. Literally just get 6 for the first increment of replacement.
And it was, and that amount was just about the amount that we paid for the entire 22 windows.
To me, a simple cabinet with a nice big mirror on it and stuff, they wanted over $600 or $700 for this cabinet. And I'm like, my gosh, Carol, I can't believe this. And we got it Direct Buy, I think we paid $200.
Right,
Yeah.
about $200,
Yeah.
yes.
I've already priced hot tubs. We're planning on building a deck sometime soon. And I know that the price at Direct Buy is almost $1,000 less than what I can get at one of the nationally known chains where I can purchase the same exact unit, like I said, for $1,000 more. Who wouldn't want to save $1,000?
When you realize that this goblet is $40, the outlet price is 50% off of that, bringing it to $20. Direct Buy's price is 40% off of that price, bringing it down to $12. That's a big savings.
One of the estimates that we had gotten was $10,000 to redo this small bathroom. It's not that big of a bathroom, and I think that it ended up costing us, with everything, including labor, under $3,000.
In the back of my mind, I just knew there had to be a way to get the items I really wanted for my home directly from the source, but I could never find it. I searched the outlet malls, the internet, and factory stores, trying to get the best deal. What I found was discontinued, seconds, or pricing not much different from the stores. Then I heard about Direct Buy. Once I took the time to visit the showroom and learned how it works and what it offers, I knew Direct Buy was exactly what I'd been looking for.
One of our favorite purchases from Direct Buy were our hardwood floors. We actually saved $5,000 when we bought the hardwood floors through Direct Buy over the competition. We were able to do hardwood floors in other rooms throughout the house because of the savings that we had. Our countertops are another purchase that we had through Direct Buy. We priced these out at $13,000. When we went through Direct Buy, they were able to get it to us for $7,000. The master bath, I really feel we upgraded the tile. We were able to actually upgrade what we were going to do with the bathroom and get the detail and the ornate edging. We were able to save again $4,000 or $5,000 on our tile overall throughout the whole house.
Some people are already on the inside track. They found a way to buy at prices even lower than sale prices. They stopped throwing their family's money away. These exclusive insiders are now enjoying the benefit of buying direct with Direct Buy. There is no reason why you too can't be a part of this amazing way to buy just like an insider. Buy more, buy smarter, buy the Direct Buy way, and have virtually everything you want and need for your home, all at direct prices.
We've saved $7,000 within 7 months.
Just on our kitchen alone, we saved almost $10,000.
It adds up to about a $30,000 to $40,000 savings overall.
We've saved over $50,000.
Comes to about $127,000.
Run, don't walk to Direct Buy and sign up. because literally we spent $27,000 in upgrades just to our kitchen alone. And those same cabinets would have cost us about $8,000 through Direct Buy.
Retailers don't want you to see this information. Direct Buy members have access to confidential manufacturer's prices for the exact same items you'd find in a retail store. Imagine paying insider's prices for items like kitchen cabinets, countertops and appliances, flooring for your entire home, windows and window coverings, plumbing fixtures, and furniture, from bedrooms to dining rooms to home offices, plus much more. If you're building a new house, remodeling an old one, or just fixing up a room, you won't lose the thousands of dollars you would have by shopping in the stores. So call the number on your screen now to receive your free Insider's Guide to Buying Direct. Plus, you'll also receive a free visitor's pass for an exclusive tour of your local Direct Buy showroom. After more than 30 years, the Direct Buy organization has grown to over 100 locations across North America. Make one simple call and you're on your way to stop paying retail and start buying like an insider. As a Direct Buy member, you'll have access to products from over 700 major name brand manufacturers and their authorized distributors. And they all come with the same manufacturer's warranty you find in the stores. As part of our unique relationship with these well-known manufacturers, we can't tell you their names on TV. That's because they generate most of their sales through traditional stores, and they're not going to jeopardize that relationship. Join the exclusive insiders who are already in the know and buying direct for their families. You don't have to be on the outside any longer, giving your money away. Call 1-800-295-8347 right now to get started buying the Direct Buy way. Non-members are granted access to our private showrooms only during specific open house times. Call 1-800-295-8347 today to receive your free Insider's Guide to Buying Direct, along with a free visitor's pass to attend a tour of your local Direct Buy showroom. Direct Buy will grant access to visitors by appointment only. No dealers, please. Again, that number to call is 1-800-295-8347. Don't wait another minute. Pick up the phone and call now.
Many Direct Buy members will tell you that there's an added bonus to being a part of this buying revolution. It's the ability to buy better. There's a certain pride we all take in our homes, and knowing we didn't have to settle for things like lower grade cabinets or lesser quality carpet or even laminate flooring instead of hardwood is very empowering. At Direct Buy, without spending more, you can buy better.
Going through Direct Buy, we were able to not only stay around $3,500 to $4,000 below what our builder had allowance for our windows, but also get a higher, better quality window for our house.
We've upgraded, our selections, and we're still saving more than what we thought we were going to pay for the lower end model.
The idea of going to Direct Buy and being able to purchase things, which normally I would not be able to afford on my salary, is quite appealing. I mean, we're able to, like I said, purchase granite countertops, solid wood cabinets.
Wood floors through our entire house.
And it's nice, to be honest with you, to say to people, hey, look, I also have a granite countertop.
It's not just for the wealthy. Being a teacher, I'm not paid as much as maybe some other people would be, but we have realized through Direct Buy, we can get better quality products, even on the salary that I make.
It's not a one-time offer. It's not a limited offer. It's just the way things are done every day at Direct Buy. The savings are significant. In fact, the more you spend with Direct Buy, the more you save. Think of all the money you've lost over the years without being on the inside track. It's nothing short of astounding. Take a look at why so many Direct Buy members are able to go from this to this. Remember our newly redecorated living room from earlier? This beautiful high-end leather sofa is one of those things people often want but think they can't afford. That's because the manufacturer's suggested retail price for this sofa is $4,649. Retailers often sell below MSRP, and here, even the discounted retail price is still $3,099. The everyday Direct Buy cost is just $1,741.94. That's $1,357.06 that you keep in your pocket while you enjoy the identical leather sofa. Or take that difference, buy the matching leather chair, and you still have over $500 in your pocket. Suddenly, even discounted prices seem way too high. Now you're beginning to see how you're just giving your money away if you're not using Direct Buy. It just doesn't make sense to continue buying retail anymore.
I don't think we could ever go into certain stores and purchase something just because out of conscience, you know, I just couldn't let myself buy that way again.
Here at Direct Buy, just for example, I got this one light, and I paid $109 for it. In the store, it would have been over $200.
If you trust your builder, your contractor stating that they're going to get you the best price, they've been doing this for years, they buy in bulk, so they get the best price that you can get from a manufacturer, you're mistaken.
I knew I needed a jetted hot tub. It was almost a $2,000 savings on the tub alone.
We would never, ever have been able to get the things that we got if we had to pay retail.
As a member of Direct Buy, you can buy nearly everything you need for your home at insider prices, just like the stores.
I have to tell you about my mirror. I will ask people, what do you think I paid for this mirror? And they will tell me $1,500, $2,000. You know what I paid for it? $450. It just makes the whole room. I needed outdoor furniture. Obviously, I have a very large patio. The list price on them was approximately $13,000. I paid $5,000 and change for them. I was able to coordinate the fabric and get exactly what I wanted. The service was great, and people are always willing to go out of their way for you, and that's very important to me, service. You know, sometimes the service is more important than the price of something. I figure with this house and all that I've saved over between $100,000 and $150,000.
If you're a homeowner, you know the cost of owning a home goes far beyond the purchase price of your house. You might want to remodel your kitchen. But once you start adding up the cost of things like cabinets, countertops, and appliances, your dream of a new kitchen suddenly becomes nothing more than just that. But it's not that way anymore thanks to Direct Buy. Now you can have the things you want and need for your home all at direct insider prices. Hundreds of thousands of others have done it, so can you. Stop dreaming the dream and begin living it with Direct Buy. Join the insiders who are already enjoying the many benefits of buying direct. The longer you wait, the more money you're losing. So call the number on your screen right now. This is the way of the future. More and more families are skipping marked up retail prices and choosing the manufacturer's prices available through Direct Buy. Buy better, buy smarter, buy more, and you can stop giving your money away. That's why Direct Buy is America's #1 way to buy direct for your home. Come visit Direct Buy. Once you do, you'll wonder why you waited so long.
We've saved $7,000 within 7 months.
Just on our kitchen alone, we saved almost $10,000.
It adds up to about a $30,000 to $40,000 savings overall.
We've saved over $50,000.
Comes to about $127,000.
Run, don't walk to Direct Buy and sign up, because literally we spent $27,000 in upgrades just to our kitchen alone. And those same cabinets would have cost us about $8,000 through Direct Buy.
Retailers don't want you to see this information. Direct Buy members have access to confidential manufacturer's prices for the exact same items you'd find in a retail store. Imagine paying insider's prices for items like kitchen cabinets, countertops and appliances, flooring for your entire home, windows and window coverings, plumbing fixtures, and furniture, from bedrooms to dining rooms to home offices, plus much more. If you're building a new house, remodeling an old one, or just fixing up a room, you won't lose the thousands of dollars you would have by shopping in the stores. So call the number on your screen now to receive your free Insider's Guide to Buying Direct. Plus, you'll also receive a free visitor's pass for an exclusive tour of your local Direct Buy showroom. After more than 30 years, the Direct Buy organization has grown to over 100 locations across North America. Make one simple call and you're on your way to stop paying retail and start buying like an insider. As a Direct Buy member, you'll have access to products from over 700 major name brand manufacturers and their authorized distributors. And they all come with the same manufacturer's warranty you find in the stores. As part of our unique relationship with these well-known manufacturers, we can't tell you their names on TV. That's because they generate most of their sales through traditional stores, and they're not going to jeopardize that relationship. Join the exclusive insiders who are already in the know and buying direct for their families. You don't have to be on the outside any longer, giving your money away. Call 1-800-295-8347 right now to get started buying the Direct Buy way. Non-members are granted access to our private showrooms only during specific open house times. Call 1-800-295-8347 today to receive your free insider's guide to buying direct, along with a free visitor's pass to attend a tour of your local Direct Buy showroom. Direct Buy will grant access to visitors by appointment only. No dealers, please. Again, that number to call is 1-800-295-8347. Don't wait another minute. Pick up the phone and call now. The proceeding was a paid advertisement for Direct Buy, America's #1 way to buy direct for your home.
It's Mother's Day at American Furniture Warehouse, and our decorative curio cabinets are the gifts that will last for generations. Protect and showcase your valuables in the sturdy, beautiful collector cabinets from American. Made from fine woods and a handcrafted style, we carry a wide variety of selections and designs to fit any home. They're in stock at our warehouses at special holiday prices. This Mother's Day, give a gift that you will treasure and cherish with a stylish curio cabinet from American Furniture Warehouse.
Tonight, a night of all-new drama on NBC. First, The West Wing counts down the final 2 episodes.
We had it good there for a while.
Then on Law & Order Criminal Intent, Whoopi Goldberg in a rare television appearance.
Do I make you uncomfortable, Detective?
And the Crossing Jordan season finale in what could be her most important case to solve.
She did it.
All new West Wing, Criminal Intent in Crossing Jordan, tonight on NBC.
We are the defenders of the homeland. We are the shield of freedom. We are the United States Coast Guard.
Heed your country's call. Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve, the shield of freedom.
Business news, health updates, education reports, and the latest Who's Dumping Who in Hollywood. 9news.com. It's all right here. Kim Christensen, weekdays on 4 o'clock at 9 News.
Tom Cameron's Wages.
Chad Huntley, David Brink, John Chen.
Tom Brokaw.
Spy Matters. The man expected to be named CIA chief draws unexpected opposition from some in Congress.
I do believe he's the wrong person, the wrong place, at the wrong time.
The war in Iraq, a series of bombings and grisly discoveries leave dozens dead in violence between Sunnis and Shiites. Pain at the pump, the impact of prices on those planning a summertime road trip. And Buzzkill, a tour of duty with a man whose mission is to get to mosquitoes before they get to us.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with John Siegenthaler.
Good evening, everyone. As lawmakers head back to Washington this week, President Bush is facing an important decision. Who will be the next CIA director? After CIA Chief Porter Goss resigned on Friday, the White House appears to be leaning toward General Michael Hayden as his replacement. But some Democrats and even some Republicans have raised concerns. NBC's Chief Foreign Affairs correspondent Andrea Mitchell joins us tonight from our Washington bureau with the story. Good evening, Andrea.
Good evening, John. General Hayden is still expected to be nominated to head the CIA as early as tomorrow morning. But he drew some surprising opposition today from a prominent Republican.
Officials say General Hayden gained the president's confidence, first as director of the National Security Agency, then in his current job as deputy director of national intelligence. But today, the head of the House Intelligence Committee objected to having an active-duty military man run the CIA.
I think putting a military person in charge of the CIA, our premier civilian intelligence gathering agency, is exactly the wrong signal to send today.
Hayden's confirmation, if he's nominated, would be up to the Senate.
I think the fact that he is a part of the military today would be the major problem.
Even though Hayden has clashed with Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld in the past, critics say a four-star general could still have divided loyalties.
I think he would be subject to too much influence from the Pentagon. I mean, his chain of command takes him right up to the Secretary of Defense.
Another issue, Hayden's leading role in warrantless surveillance, which he has vigorously defended.
Had this program been in effect prior to 9/11, it is my professional judgment that we would have detected some of the 9/11 al-Qaeda operatives in the United States.
There's no doubt there's an enormous threat from terrorism, but the president does not have a blank check. Now, with General Hayden up for confirmation, this will give us an opportunity to try to find out.
The White House might welcome a debate over domestic spying. Polls show most Americans support it as a weapon in the war on terror. And Hayden has admirers, including leading Democrats.
I don't have any reservations about him. I think he's a very good leader. He's run an agency twice the size of the CIA, and he's run it very well.
The vice president today told Kelly O'Donnell fighting terrorists has created fresh challenges for the CIA.
It's a whole different kind of target. It places a much heavier emphasis on human intelligence than was required necessarily before.
But tonight, critics question whether Hayden, an acknowledged expert on electronic spying, is really the right man to rebuild the nation's clandestine service, human intelligence operations. John?
So, Andrea, what's the significance of this choice of a new CIA director for the country and the American people?
Well, the war on terror could not be more important, and we have to find out what's really going on in Iran and North Korea and other places. After so many mistakes, the CIA needs to be rebuilt, and this man has an expertise, certainly, in electronic intelligence.
Is the White House expecting a big fight over this nomination?
They really weren't, but they would welcome an argument over the domestic eavesdropping. They think they've got some good points to make politically there. But they weren't, I don't think, expecting quite so much criticism from Republicans as they got today. But they still think that they can get this through.
NBC's Andrea Mitchell in Washington tonight. Andrea, as always, thank you.
Thank you, John.
In Iraq, this was one of the most violent and deadly days in weeks. There were more suicide car bombings and a gruesome discovery. More bodies of Iraqis believed to be the victims of torture. NBC's Tom Aspel is in Baghdad tonight.
A bloody Sunday in Baghdad. This morning, a bomb aimed at a police patrol missed, but killed a civilian. Minutes later, a suicide bomber detonated explosives, killing 10 Iraqi soldiers and a civilian near an army base. At the same time, in the Shiite holy city of Karbala, 60 miles south of the capital, police said another suicide car bomb killed 5 Iraqis near the governor's office. Iraqi government officials insist the suicide bombers are mostly foreigners.
We're seeing them of Saudi origin, we see them of Egyptian origin, coming from Algeria and crossing the borders from Syria.
But an underground war between Sunnis and Shiites in Baghdad has claimed more victims than suicide bombings lately. Police say the bodies of 42 men blindfolded and shot have been found in the past 24 hours. In southern Iraq, violence of a different kind this weekend after British troops were attacked with rocks and Molotov cocktails when they rushed to the site of a helicopter crash in Basra Saturday. The British say 5 Iraqis were killed by Shiite militiamen firing at them from behind the crowd. Today, Basra was quiet after an overnight curfew. British commanders blamed tensions on Shiite militiamen infiltrating the local police.
It has affected our ability to work with the Iraqi security forces.
The British are still trying to find out why their helicopter crashed, killing its crew. Iraqi witnesses say it was shot down by a missile, something the British haven't yet confirmed. Shiites in the south have been calling for British troops to withdraw from Iraq and warning that violence could spread as long as foreign troops stay in this country. The past 2 days may have proved them right. Tom Aspel, NBC News, Baghdad.
Military officials in Afghanistan say the bodies of 10 American soldiers have been recovered from the site of yesterday's helicopter crash. The Chinook chopper went down in the eastern mountains of Kunar province. The soldiers were from the Army's 10th Mountain Division stationed at New York's Fort Drum. Now to Vice President Cheney's diplomatic mission in the Balkans today. In his interview with NBC's Kelly O'Donnell, Mr. Cheney talked about a variety of topics, including his most recent comments accusing Russia of restricting the rights of its citizens. Kelly spoke to the Vice President during his stop in Dubrovnik, Croatia.
We have no desire to alienate Russia, but you also need to speak truth to your friends. We do have many common interests around the world, but it's important that the international community come together and adopt a unified, effective position vis-a-vis Iran if we're going to avoid having a nuclear arms race in the Middle East.
The president's approval rating has been in the 30s. Yours has slipped to the teens.
Do you think you need to do more to better serve the president?
I do my job to the best of my ability. I am there specifically to serve him and not to worry about my ratings in the polls. I'm not there, I'm not running for anything. I call him like I see him. I give him the best advice I can. He doesn't always agree. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
Would there be any benefit if you were to retire, to allow the president to choose someone else who might then have an advantage in 2008?
Well, I'm not sure it would be an advantage, but that's not my concern. I in effect, took on the obligation when I put my name on the ballot to serve out my term. I've got a contract, if you will, with the American people. My term ends in January of 2009, and barring some unforeseen disaster, that's what I'll do.
What role do you think you play for 2008?
We've got a lot of good candidates out there. At the appropriate time, I'll be happy to campaign for the ticket in 2008 if they want me to. They may not want me to. That'll be their call.
Now your daughter Mary has written a book, and in it she talks about her life and politics, and included in that, she recounts how she came out to you and Mrs. Cheney. How do you feel about her making that public and putting it in print?
I'm a very private person, and that hasn't changed. From the standpoint of Mary's own life, I think it's perfectly appropriate for her to talk about it if she wants to, and she chose to do that, and I think it's a good book.
NBC's Kelly O'Donnell's interview today with Vice President Dick Cheney. Back in this country, brush fires in central Florida near New Smyrna Beach have prompted a mandatory evacuation. With the flames moving closer, scores of people are fleeing their homes. Fires have burned thousands of acres in the past few days, but so far, there are no reports of serious injuries. In Rhode Island, Democrats are expected to unanimously endorse Congressman Patrick Kennedy for re-election at their convention tomorrow. This comes days after Kennedy's public statement that he is struggling with drug addiction and the congressman's claim that the sleep aid Ambien may have in part caused him to drive his car into a security barrier at Capitol Hill last week. As NBC's Rahema Ellis reports, he's not the only person to claim a link between that pill and some unusual actions.
The congressman in an awkward admission the day after his accident.
I simply do not remember getting out of bed, being pulled over by the police, or being cited for 3 driving infractions.
Patrick Kennedy insists Ambien, the popular sleeping pill, is partly to blame. Kennedy is just the latest person involved in bizarre behavior to say, in effect, the Ambien made me do it.
Every time I took Ambien, I would purchase things in the airport and I wouldn't even remember what I purchased.
My nephew actually hallucinated on it.
Sleep doesn't always come easy. Fortunately, there's Ambien.
Ambien came on the market 13 years ago. Today, it's the nation's top-selling sleeping pill. 27 million prescriptions were written for Ambien last year. According to the manufacturer, most users of Ambien say it just puts them to sleep with no problems. But more and more, there are stories about people having odd experiences they can't explain, and they're blaming it on Ambien. Police are encountering it. Ambien is one of the top 10 drugs showing up in the bloodstream of impaired drivers in some states. Ambien is also being used by some patients to explain late-night sleepwalking, raiding their refrigerators, and binge eating.
People get up and they have a banquet meal that I don't know who prepared it, but they sit down and they have a big meal.
Ambien's maker acknowledges sleepwalking as a possible rare adverse event, but insists the drug is safe when used as directed. Dr. Charles Cantor, an expert in sleep disorders, says most people who take the drug are fine, and he's suspicious of the Ambien alibi.
I think the police are probably best equipped to judge in the field whether a given alibi makes sense or not. It is a rare complication.
But increasingly, Ambien is a growing defense. Rahema Ellis, NBC News, New York.
When NBC Nightly News continues this Sunday, gearing up for summer, what will rising gasoline prices mean for that summer vacation you're planning? And what has 6 legs, 2 wings, and is a big pest? Hint, it should be terrified of this man.
Dr. Robert Jarvik, inventor of the artificial heart.
The average heart beats 2 billion times. The heart is amazing. But high cholesterol can lead to heart disease. Lipitor can help. When diet and exercise aren't enough, adding Lipitor significantly lowers bad cholesterol, 39 to 60%. If you have several common risk factors for heart disease, Lipitor is clinically proven to reduce your risk of heart attack. And more cardiologists surveyed said they'd prescribe Lipitor for their own families than any other cholesterol-lowering brand. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. They may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Lipitor is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor. It's your heart. Ask if Lipitor is right for you.
Visit Lipitor.com for a free trial.
Now I look back and I go, what was I thinking?
The skateboard went phew.
I went bam. I tried to stand up and I couldn't. I can't work. I'm like, who's gonna pay for college now? It's a good thing we had the disability insurance.
Mutual of Omaha.
It was impressive.
Begin today.
Oh, hey, hi, I'm Digger. Don't mind me, I'm just a dermatophyte. You know, a nail infection. All I want is to get in here and live under your nail. You can't get me with clippers or those surface treatments you try on your own. I'm in too deep in your nail bed. I'll make myself comfortable, invite a few friends. Settle in.
Do you have thick, discolored, or flaky nails? Millions of people do. It may be caused by an active live infection. That's why you should ask your doctor about prescription-only Lamisil. Unlike surface treatments, Lamisil is a pill that works through the bloodstream to target and attack the infection at its source, underneath the nail. In fact, you can start to see clearer, healthier nails in just 3 months. Lamisil isn't for people with liver or kidney problems. In rare cases, serious side effects in the liver or serious skin reactions have occurred, so your doctor may do a simple blood test. Other side effects, including headache, diarrhea, indigestion, and rash, were generally mild. Ask your doctor about Lamisil. Once daily Lamisil tablets. Get your nail infection where it grows.
NBC Sunday, Dateline takes on an impossible mission. Who is the real Tom Cruise? All new Dateline tonight, NBC 7/6 Central.
NBC News in depth tonight, shifting gears, gas prices and summer travel. According to a new AP poll, 70% of Americans say they expect high gas prices will cause them financial hardship. 66% admit they are already cutting back on driving. How will that affect travel plans as the summer vacation season revs up? Here's NBC's James Hattori in depth.
Here you go. Put your
With
band
2
on.
kids and 2 cars, Steve and Tracy Ryan of Phoenix, Arizona have little choice but to cope with pain at the pump.
Driving is a way of life for us. Driving is a way of life for Americans.
Our monthly gas bills have risen by about 20 to 25%.
And this year, revved up gas bills are forcing them to downshift plans for a summer getaway.
We could not have your typical family vacation where you go to a destination, you stay for a week.
With regular gas close to $3 a gallon nationwide and even higher in many western states, you'd think sticker shock would deter vacationers. Last Memorial Day weekend, an estimated 30 million Americans took a road trip. Believe it or not, this year, even $3 a gallon gasoline isn't likely to put a huge dent in those plans.
When you're buying a tank of gas to go on vacation, somehow it seems to hurt a lot less than buying a tank of gas to commute to your job.
Travel experts say vacationers are planning shorter trips or staying closer to home, but they're still going.
Well, if you were planning to tour the North American continent by Winnebago, you're probably reevaluating your itinerary right now.
After putting $80 worth of gas in his 7-mile-per-gallon RV, Rick Borders told us he passed on a trip from Denver to California in tandem with his father-in-law's RV.
I think he said it was going to cost him around $1,500 in fuel just to take a trip to the Redwoods and back.
Airfares are expected to be 10 to 15% higher than last year, plus there are fewer seats available, so last-minute trips could be as scarce as food in coach class. Even Canada isn't the bargain it used to be due to the U.S. dollar's exchange rate, now at a 30-year low against the Canadian dollar. As for the Ryans, they scored Super Saver tickets on the internet, so they're flying back east to stay with family.
And this way, we're going to visit relatives, so we will not have to pay the accommodation fees.
A trip hitting their pocketbook for hundreds of dollars less than hitting the road. James Hattori, NBC News, San Francisco.
When we come back, speaking for the president, what does it take to take over the podium as presidential press secretary?
What cooks like butter, spreads like butter, and has a fresh dairy taste like butter without the cholesterol and high saturated fat? Smart Balance Buttery Spread. Smart Balance just received another Best Taste Award and is endorsed by professional chefs. It's the only spread with a patented balance of fats to help increase HDL good cholesterol and avoids trans fat naturally, not artificially as some spreads do. Smart Balance. You're going to love that buttery taste.
They say your footprint is as unique as your fingerprint.
Just like me, unique.
That's why Dr. Scholl's created Memory Fit insoles with memory foam to form to the shape of your foot.
It forms right around your feet.
For customized comfort, see the doctor, Dr. Scholl's.
This is Carol. She's been called hippie, preppy, yuppie, protester, Democrat, Republican, mom, CFO, CEO, cancer patient, cancer survivor, fundraiser, spokesperson, caregiver, and soon-to-be world traveler. Everybody. Reaching retirement is no small achievement. We'll help you make the most of it. Fidelity Retirement Income Advantage. Is your retirement on track? Find out in about 30 minutes. Call today, 1-800-FIDELITY. Smart move.
It's 30 shrimp at Red Lobster. Mix and match 2 irresistible favorites from Decadent Scampi, hand-breaded, shrimp pasta, or new spicy Cajun shrimp. That's 30 shrimp for $11.99, only at Red Lobster.
The word is aardvark.
Aardvark. A-R.
Come on, focus. You know this one. It's the first word in the dictionary.
A-A-R-D-V-A-R-K. Aardvark.
Correct.
All right.
With Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats, your child won't be distracted by mid-morning hunger. Because with 8 filling layers of sweet, crunchy whole grain fiber...
8 layers. How about it?
It's the breakfast that stays with you.
The Most, the show where you decide. We report on the most talked about news stories, blogs, videos, and emails. The Most with Allison Stewart, weekdays on MSNBC.
It's our while you were spring cleaning, you might have noticed you need some new furniture spring clearance sale.
Here we go.
At Furniture Row, we're in the final days of spring cleaning. Our entire center has special sale prices. Plus, we're offering no payments and no interest for 1 year on top of our 200% guaranteed lowest price pledge. Clearance sale time at Furniture Row, where you'll find 4 specialty stores all in one location. Spring 2 at sale ends Tuesday, May 9th. Furniture Row Shopping Center, centered around you.
9 News Weather Plus, now on Comcast Channel 249.
The FBI is hoping it will receive some new tips on the whereabouts of polygamous church leader Warren Jeffs now that it has placed him on their 10 most wanted fugitives list. The 50-year-old Jeffs, leader of a fundamentalist sect, is accused of arranging marriages between underage girls and older men. Some call it the second toughest job in the White House. Starting tomorrow, it will be Tony Snow's turn to step up to the podium to face the Washington press corps. We asked NBC News contributing correspondent Jonathan Alter, who has a new book on one of the great presidential communicators, FDR, for some insight into the challenges of this White House hotspot.
The most careful judgments.
They also have 19 tapes that have gone through the grand jury process.
This meeting is not for the purpose.
Presidential press secretary. Tony Snow is the latest to go on the firing line.
President, I want to thank you for the honor.
The Fox News anchor replaces Scott McClellan, who had problems handling the White House press corps.
That's our local paper to provide them information.
Snow is expected to do better.
He seems outspoken, confident.
Former Washington Post editor Benjamin Bradley has watched press secretaries come and go under 10 presidents.
The press secretary has to be sure of himself almost above all else, especially if the president comes over as not so sure of himself.
But how much does it matter who the press secretary is? When Franklin D. Roosevelt took office in 1933 and launched the idea of presidents frequently talking to reporters, he held 2 press conferences a week. That made the identity of his press secretary not very important. It was the president's job to explain himself to the press.
If we were going to tamper with these tapes, we would have done a far better job with it.
Richard Nixon used Ron Ziegler as a lightning rod during Watergate. A popular press secretary can only take a president so far.
You can have someone who speaks in iambic pentameter, but if there isn't much to say substantively, it's going to look like a snow job.
Marlon Fitzwater's good relations with reporters didn't help the first President Bush get reelected. While Bill Clinton's spokesman, Mike McCurry,
you were saying a lot more than I'm going to say.
Couldn't do much to protect Clinton from the Lewinsky scandal. It was McCurry who first allowed the televising of a press secretary's briefings, which some reporters think inhibits an open dialogue. Tony Snow is considering banning broadcasting equipment from some briefings, as Franklin Roosevelt did. But Roosevelt's access was so refreshing, the reporters actually applauded when he finished his first press conference.
And I am very excited, and I can't wait.
No matter how much President Bush and his new spokesman improve their media relations, they can't expect that. Jonathan Alter, NBC News, New York.
There's word tonight that the last American survivor of the Titanic has died. Lillian Asplin was just 5 when the ocean liner sank. She ended up in lifeboat number 4 with her mother and 1 brother. 3 other brothers and her father were among those who died. Ms. Asplin died at her home in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. She was 99. When NBC Nightly News returns this Sunday, Mosquito Man battling the bugs in flood-ravaged New Orleans.
Yeah.
Who would ever think that the waste we generate would generate support for local events? The same people who lead the way in recycling nationwide and who conduct educational programs for our children. We're Waste Management. Working with local leaders, we're developing smart, earth-friendly landfill properties that serve the community in unexpected ways. From everyday collection to environmental protection. Think green. Think Waste Management.
Denture wearers, we stained a string of pearls in barbecue sauce, not just to prove the stain-removing strength of Efferdent Plus or the freshening power of its Listerine ingredients, but to give every denture wearer the confidence to show those pearly whites. The confident clean of Efferdent Plus.
Hey, canoe guy, try a little Well Patch relief on those sore muscles. Well Patch delivers relief, and you can wear it right where it hurts. So live well, enjoy life. And when sore muscles, stiff joints, and backaches try to slow you down, use Well Patch, because Well Patch delivers relief. Fast.
Have 50,000, going once, twice, sold to the gentleman in the center.
I want to go ahead and sell it now.
Constantly buying and selling stocks doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones advises clients to buy long-term investments.
Me? I'm a problem solver. There's a problem, I solve it. One problem I thought I'd solved? My acid reflux disease. I thought it was just bad heartburn. But when I went back to my doctor, he told me over time stomach acid had damaged the lining of my esophagus. He prescribed Nexium. Said I needed more than heartburn relief. My esophagus needed repair. Nexium healed the erosions in my esophagus. And 1 prescription Nexium pill a day keeps me healed and relieves my heartburn. So I don't just feel better, I am better. My doctor did say other serious stomach conditions may still exist, and headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain could be side effects of Nexium.
Talk to your doctor about Nexium and find out if a free trial is right for you.
Even the best problem solvers need a little help sometimes.
Nexium, the healing purple pill. If you can't afford your medications, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
It's coming this week. Something so big, it'll blow you away. Today, set sail on the largest cruise ship in the world, Freedom of the Seas. Come aboard and see Barry Manilow in concert. Plus, Lindsay Lohan, Jason Lee, and we crown 4 very special moms. She'll be queen for today. This week on Today.
Unlocking the real Da Vinci Code. NBC Nightly News Monday.
Dateline Wednesday. An all-new hour of internet predators caught on tape. New house, new creeps. To catch a predator. NBC Wednesday, 9/8 Central.
Finally tonight, the hunt for potential killers before they can strike. They're the airborne variety, ready to fan out across New Orleans. Now that the weather is heating up, so is the problem and the challenge for a man with a mission. From our New Orleans bureau, here's NBC's Martin Savage.
Let me see if I can see any creatures in here.
To the insect world, Steve Sackett is a mass murderer, and he loves his job.
It's kicking big time.
What's kicking are mosquito larvae. In the flood-ravaged neighborhoods of New Orleans, thousands of abandoned swimming pools have become giant mosquito maternity wards.
There's tiny larvae in here. They just hatched out.
More than just a nuisance, they're a danger. Public health expert Dr. James Diaz says conditions in many neighborhoods are ripe for an epidemic.
Particularly West Nile virus, which is mosquito-borne, and also St. Louis encephalitis.
Mosquito control!
Sackett works for the New Orleans Mosquito and Termite Control Board. Post-Katrina, he's got almost no staff and no money.
One of the biggest challenges was simply finding pools. There's no city directory that tells you where they are or even how many there are.
Satellite pictures are a big help.
Thank you so much for being here.
And so is the faith-based charity Operation Blessing, which provides volunteers and the fish. Yup, fish.
These little fish, they're called Gambusia affinis, are put on Earth to eat mosquito larvae.
Costing at about a dime each, the fish are poured into pools where they will eat the bugs and make more fish. A simple solution for a big problem of so many pools.
So we've got like 3,500 of these things identified. Lord knows how many more.
Not all pools need fish. Some already have them.
I just saw fish.
Left behind when the floodwaters receded, and they too will eat mosquitoes.
So the 7001 is back in that little subdivision somewhere. I don't know.
So like a modern-day Johnny Appleseed, Sackett moves on.
This has a nice color to it.
Because the weather's getting warmer,
like the
and he plans on spending a lot of time hanging out at pools. Martin Savage, NBC News, New Orleans.
Now here's Stone Phillips with a look at what is coming up tonight on Dateline Sunday. Stone?
Thanks, John. Filling up your car at less than $1 a gallon? That's what experts say Americans could pay if a new technology catches on.
What could be better than a greener fuel that's cheaper for consumers, that gets better every day, that doesn't feed Mideast terrorism?
We'll take you to a place where it's saving drivers big money at the pump. The story coming up on Dateline. John?
Thanks, Stone. That's Dateline Sunday coming up at 7, 6 Central Time. And that is NBC Nightly News for this Sunday. Brian Williams will be here tomorrow. I'm John Siegenthaler in New York. I'll see you next weekend, if not before. And we leave you tonight with the sights and sounds on this last day of the New Orleans Jazz Fest.
Set them on fire. Early this morning for the roof crew. I got my flag, my fire to go. Goddamn, make the boom boom bang. So we roll like the whole night yesterday. Somebody tell my wife a little old child. Hello, my sister, jumping my yacht.
From Colorado's news leader, this is the #1 rated 9 News at 5.
She left us a lot of memories, happy memories.
The grieving family of a young girl hit and killed by a car wants to send a message to all parents. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bazi Kanani.
And I'm Ward Lucas. A 3-year-old girl was waiting for her turn to ride a bike. She was right outside her home in Commerce City when she was run over. It happened about 8 o'clock last night in the Eagle Creek subdivision near Highway 2 and East 96th Avenue. 9 News reporter Quinn Nguyen joins us from there. Quinn, there were other children nearby when it happened.
That's right, Ward, but luckily no one else was hurt. Neighbors have started to come by to drop off flowers and stuffed animals in front of the girl's home. This neighborhood is filled with children. The little girl's family want people to remember that when they drive down this street or in any other neighborhood.
She was a very happy girl, little girl. She used to get along with everybody.
3-year-old Ashley Portillo is killed by a car Saturday evening in front of her home.
I can't even imagine what they were going through. It's got to be that's the worst thing to ever happen to a mom or a parent.
Police say a Dodge Durango and a Dodge Stratus were parked on the street. They belonged to family members. When the drivers began to pull away, one of them hit the little girl. Investigators are still trying to determine which one. Ashley died from her injuries at the scene.
We don't know if she sat down behind the vehicle, or I don't know. We just don't know how it happened.
Pascual Gonzalez is Ashley's uncle. He says at the time of the accident, the little girl was playing in the street, waiting for her turn on a bike.
I miss her a lot.
Her mother was outside nearby.
Her mother she's in shock right now. She don't understand that she's gone. She left us a lot of memories, happy memories.
Today, kids are back playing and riding their bikes on the street, the same street where a toddler lost her life. Ashley's family has this message for all drivers.
Be careful when you drive and into the streets. In the residential, you gotta be careful. You don't see the kids because they're behind, they're small. Today, it was our kids, tomorrow can be somebody else's kids.
And tonight, police are still interviewing witnesses to determine exactly what happened. At this point, they're not sure if any charges will be filed. The family says word that it was simply a tragic accident.
Can't imagine. Thanks, Quinn. That is Quinn Nguyen reporting from Commerce City.
This afternoon, the Denver police chief has named 2 of 3 suspects involved in yesterday's fatal officer-involved shooting in Denver. It turns out the suspect who was shot and killed did not have a real gun. Officers approached a stopped vehicle they believed was stolen. According to police, one of the suspects from the car pointed what appeared to be a gun at one of the officers. Officers ordered him to get down on the ground, and when he didn't, 3 officers fired shots at him. He died at Denver Health Medical Center. Denver Police Chief Jerry Whitman says after further investigation, they know the gun that was used to threaten them was not real, but it looks just like a normal gun.
It's got a large bore on the front. So when you look at it, it's got a big, looks like a .45. But it actually has a clip that comes out. You can manipulate it like a handgun, but it looks like it might be a dart gun or a pellet gun or something.
2 men are in custody facing charges of auto theft. Michael Romero and Del Surratt both are being held in the Denver City Jail. The name of the suspect who died has not been released. The officers involved in the shooting are on paid administrative leave while the incident is investigated. Westminster police officer John McDonald has been put on administrative leave while police investigate the fatal shooting of a 30-year-old man. On Friday night, McDonald was one of the officers that responded to a call at the Redwood Village Apartments on the 5300 block of 78th Place. Residents said Jason Rohrbach was naked and acting bizarre. Police say he lunged at McDonald with a knife, and that's when the officer fired. McDonald was not injured.
3 members of a Colorado family were caught in riptides in Hawaii this weekend. It happened near Anahola Beach on the east side of Kauai. The mother and her 2 sons were suddenly swept into the ocean. She saved her 8-year-old and went back for the 9-year-old, but was unable to find him. And she got into trouble. She is in extremely critical condition in a Hawaiian hospital.
Denver firefighters had to rescue a man this morning who was stuck in the ductwork of a bar. Rescuers went to the bar on East Colfax Avenue at about 9 this morning. They had to cut the man out of the ventilation tube. He had been stuck there overnight and was running out of air when they arrived. He was discovered when a neighbor heard him screaming.
I came around in the alley a couple of times to see what the problem was, and I couldn't see anything. And after about the 3rd trip back here, I hollered, "Where are you?" And they said up on the roof of the bar.
Police say the man was a regular patron of the bar and was trying to get back into the bar after it had closed. Police don't know yet why he was trying to sneak in.
The Fort Drum Army Post in Watertown, New York has a lot to mourn today. 10 soldiers from there were killed in Friday's helicopter crash in Afghanistan. It was the deadliest accident for the post since March of 2003 when a chopper crashed there, killing 11 soldiers. A U.S. Marine was killed this weekend during a fight in western Iraq's Anbar province. The military has not released details of the incident. Also this weekend, car bombs in Baghdad and southern Iraq have killed more than a dozen people. The first explosion in Baghdad went off at a major intersection in a Sunni Muslim district. 1 person was killed. A mosque and a government building were damaged. The second bomb hit an Iraqi army patrol as it left its base. 10 people were killed, 15 wounded, most of the casualties Iraqi soldiers. And in Karbala, a bomb exploded near a government building, killing 5 and wounding 19. President Bush could face some problems in getting his apparent choice for CIA director confirmed. The president's rumored frontrunner for the job to replace CIA Director Porter Goss is General Michael Hayden. Hayden is a Bush loyalist, but critics, including the Republican chair of the House Intelligence Committee, say a military man should not be in charge of a civilian spy agency.
I think putting a military person in charge of the CIA, our premier civilian intelligence gathering agency, is exactly the wrong signal to send today.
But the head of the Senate Intelligence Committee disagrees.
He is probably the person who knows intelligence forwards and backwards more than anybody else that is in Washington at this particular time.
President Bush is scheduled to name his choice tomorrow. Several names have been floated. General Hayden's is believed to be the president's first choice.
The Avalanche in Anaheim today were trying to avoid going down 2-0 in their best-of-7 series with the Ducks. 9 News Sports anchor Rod Mackey joins us now. Rod, a tough game for the Avs.
Boz, a far different scenario than it was in round 1 when they won the first 2 in Dallas. You learn it in Sports Participation 101. You can't win if you can't score. The Avs are 0 against the Ducks. 2 games played, no goals scored. Ilya Bryzgalov has now gone 229 minutes, 42 seconds without giving up a goal. 11 straight periods of perfection between the pipes. The Ducks got the only goal they would need late in the first. Anaheim on the power play. Ryan Getzlaf on the redirect. Anaheim wins 3-0 to take a 2-0 lead. Susie Warden joins us live from Anaheim. And Suze, yesterday I said it's got to get better. Apparently I lied.
Well, you know what, Rod? It did get a little bit better, and guys talked about how they saw a few glimpses of hope, especially in that third period. But you know what? The Avs find themselves in the exact same position they were on Friday night after Game 1. That is outplayed, outscored, and shut out.
I think we know what's going on. We're not getting enough at the net. Shots from the point are getting blocked. Too many getting blocked, not getting through. And if there's an inside lane, we got to take that inside lane instead of going on the outside, and we've got to put bodies around it.
Got to look in the mirror, all of us, and we're a better team than that. Like I say, I'll give them credit. They played well, but we're still making it too easy on them. And you know, we got to get in there next game and get dirty, get ugly, win the battles, and crash the net.
The Avalanche return to Colorado tonight. They'll have a practice tomorrow, getting ready for Game 3 on Tuesday night. We will have much more reaction coming up a little later in sports. Rod.
Very good, Susie. We will talk to you then. Susie Warden once again live in Anaheim. Next game, a must-win because nobody comes back from being down 3-0.
All right. Thanks, Rod.
You bet.
The city of Aurora has a new way to make money, which does not involve raising taxes.
Plus, how to spot a dangerous illness that often catches parents off guard.
You're watching 9 News with Ward Lucas, Bozzie Kanani, Marty Caniglio, and Rod Mackey on KUSA, Colorado's first and only news presented in high definition.
I love spending all my money on gas. Every fill-up is a chance for me to open my wallet and say, here it is, boys. You deserve it. But if I had a Toyota, I couldn't do that. Because the RAV4 gets 30 miles per gallon, the Corolla 37, and the Yaris 40 miles per gallon. Smart ways to use less gas. If that's what you're into.
Right now, get a RAV4 starting at around $20,000. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
If you have a news tip, tell us about it. Go to 9news.com and press the 9 News tip button or call us at 303-871-9100.
Hey, Katie's boyfriend is here. And he went to Jared.
He went to Jared. He went to Jared.
Is Katie here? Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
From 14 to 18 karat, classic to contemporary, Jared simply offers more distinctive gold jewelry.
Surprise.
Which makes it easy to speak the language of gold.
He went to Jared.
Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
Need brakes? Brakes Plus now features lifetime brakes for $99, front or rear. Always a free brake check. We do brakes plus a whole lot more. Visit BrakesPlus.com for locations and money-saving coupons.
America comes to Brakes Plus.
And the fresh grilled salmon.
And for you? I'll have the Caesar salad dressing on the side. Not too many croutons, but not too few. 5 is good. And the chicken marsala with the creamy lemon butter sauce instead of the marsala. And the grilled vegetables, but not grilled, sauteed with lemon. Did you get all that?
Oh, absolutely. Great. It's the Ludwigs.
At Carrabba's, we don't just know Italian. We know people who love Italian. So everything is made to order and served just the way you like it. Carrabba's Italian Grill. People are our specialty.
A little higher. A bit more to the right. Good.
It's not just big, it's out of this world. The Chevy Giant 10 sale. May 10th through 13th at Invesco Field, you'll have access to more than 4,700 Chevy vehicles. And when you purchase any new Chevy car, we'll send you a complimentary Dell Dimension B110 desktop computer or a 20-inch LCD flat panel TV. The Chevy Giant 10 sale. Yeah, it's big. May 10th through 13th only at Invesco Field.
And we have a note from drivers here from the Colorado Department of Transportation. Southbound I-25 ramps are closed. Those ramps are Alameda, Broadway, and Santa Fe. Officers are trying to slow down to curb the cruising that has been part of the Cinco de Mayo celebrations. So those 3 ramps there on southbound I-25 will be closed until midnight tonight. Denver Police has told CDOT that these will be periodic closures as needed. Well, displaced residents of New Orleans' devastated 9th Ward may be allowed to return to their neighborhoods this week to begin rebuilding. And this is what the 9th Ward looked like 5 months ago. It was decimated when Gulf water burst through a levee and submerged the area. New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin says if water tests prove safe, then homeowners can come back to begin dealing with their property. Those test results are expected tomorrow. Voters will begin casting their ballots in the New Orleans mayoral runoff election tomorrow. The runoff is between current Mayor Ray Nagin and Lieutenant Governor Mitch Landrieu. It was necessary because no candidate received at least 50% of the vote last month. Registered voters who have not yet returned to New Orleans will have at least 13 sites out of the city where they can vote.
Cities are always looking for ways to generate new revenue, especially when budgets are tight. The Aurora City Council is considering corporate sponsorships. That means businesses would have to pay to have a ballpark named after them, or they might pay for subtle logos at the golf course or elsewhere. 9 News reporter Sean Patrick says the city is floating that idea in the business community.
You can escape work with a few swings on the course, but you can't escape business. Logos surround you, from the clubs in the bag to the hat down to the shirt. So if companies can put their names on you and your products, Aurora's government wonders why not ask the companies to advertise with the city.
The concept is to work with businesses.